Hola, mis estudiantes, bienvenidos una vez más. Hoy vamos a empezar con una pregunta muy importante. What is a person? It's a weird question. I know. You're probably thinking, well, a person is a person, no matter how small. Okay, not to quote too much of Dr. Seuss here, but we are going to go ahead and discuss what I mean by person, especially when I'm talking about learning a language, because this is an important part of understanding how to create sentences, which is how we communicate, like sentences and words, connections between those things. All right, vamos a empezar. Primera, person refers to the noun or pronoun that is the subject of a sentence. So remember, a noun, that is any item, and that can be the subject of a sentence. The dog, the cat, the water bottle, those are all nouns. A pronoun is kind of the generic term we can use. So he, she, we, it, they, you, all of those are pronouns, and we're going to discuss those further in a moment. But those can also be the subject of a sentence. So when I say a person, I'm referring directly to the person, the noun or the pronoun that is the subject of my sentence. There are three types of people that are divided by singular, which is one person, or plural, two or more people. The first person is yourself, right? I, me. You can't be any closer to you. So that's why we have it as first person. So think of these three people, first, second, third, as getting farther away from you. So first person, I can't be any closer to me than me. And the plural of myself is me plus somebody else, right? Or something else. So that we say we in English, it's we. That's first person plural, so me plus something else. But we can also do it if we're talking noun-wise. The dog and I. The dog and I is going to be a plural of the first person because I am still involved and I am added with somebody else. So in this case, the dog. All right, so there's two or more people, but I am still involved. That makes it first person. Second person, remember getting farther away from yourself. So second person is the person you are talking directly to. The plural is y'all. There's a Spain Spanish form and there is a non-Spain Spanish form, and the non-Spain Spanish form is in third person, but we're going to discuss that momentarily. What I want you to think of is this is the person you're talking directly to. All right. Second person, you're talking directly to this person, and then y'all, of course, anything plus that person you're talking to. So if you're talking to that person plus 5 other people, the dog and you, then it's a y'all. It's 2 or more people that you are talking to. So second person, slightly farther away. Finally, have third person, that's everything else. If it's not me or you, it is going to be third person, all right? So this includes, now what I said above was about how there's the y'all in Spain is different. In the third person, we have what is called the formal you in Latin American Spanish. All right. So there you would use the second person you with familiar people, with peers, with people that you are that you talk to often, or your friends, and you use this formal you as kind of like sir or ma'am. So I want you to think of this formal you in the third person as being like sir or ma'am. So when you're talking to somebody who is above your station, who is a teacher or a boss, you're going to use this word because you're kind of referring to that person as sir or ma'am. You're saying yes, sir, yes, ma'am to that person, giving them more, not necessarily authority, sometimes authority, but just respect, giving them some respect. All right. And in the same way, they don't use the second person plural for you all. They just kind of give everyone that same respect. So they use the plural form of that formal you. All right. So we're going to get into that specifically with those words momentarily. But I want you to keep in mind, just remember that this formal you is kind of like sir or ma'am. All right. So it's going to fit into that everything else category, even though it's like a you, which you would think would be second person, but it's not. It's like sir or ma'am in the third person. All right. So I want to specify with this third person, like I said, everything else. If it's not I, if it's not you, then it's going to be third person. All right. So the dog, the cat, Billy Bob, he, she, it, those are all third person. All right. And then obviously the plural of that is going to be the plural of whatever those words are. So we have the dogs, the cats, those, they, all of those things are going to be that plural form. I want you to mentally put this box in your brain for the rest of your Spanish speaking or Spanish learning career once you get pretty used to speaking it. I don't think you really need the box anymore, but while you are learning Spanish, this box is going to be key for you to understand new verb conjugations and the people and how everything works together. So really lock this box in. And we've got the singular column, the plural column, first, second, and third rows. So as you might assume, we have first person singular is I. I run. There you go. I'm doing it myself here. In this case, we're talking about subjects. We can also use this box for indirect and direct objects, but we're not going to get into that right now, all right? So we're talking about subjects specifically. I run. We're going to use the word run for this part, all right? Now let's move over to the plural side. So first person plural, we have I plus anything, the dog and I. If we want to not be very specific, I would just say we. All right, I could say the dog and I, or I could say we. But that's first person because I am still involved, but it's plural. There's somebody else involved with me. Second person, remember that's the person you're talking to. So we have you, the person I'm talking to. If I'm talking to you plus somebody else, y'all. So remember, once we get to the Spanish section, y'all in this box, the second person plural, is only used in Spain. All right. Remember that you, the formal you, is third person. That's Latin American formal you. And if it's singular, it's like singular sir or ma'am. And if it's plural, it's sirs or ma'ams. And they just utilize sirs or ma'ams for everybody. So instead of saying y'all, they just basically want to refer to everyone as sirs and ma'ams. All right. That's my way of of explaining that. So it's not specifically like that. I want to make that clear. That's how I like to explain it so that it makes a little more sense to you. All right, so then third person, remember, this is everything else. So he, she, it, formal you, like I said, Latin America. The dog, Bob, the llama, everything. Everything that's not you or I is going to be in this third person. All right, so if it's plural, so third person, plural, them or they, you all, so little sirs and ma'ams, the dogs, the llamas, everything else, we put this in the plural sense. It's just going to be everything else but plural. All right. Okay, let's take a quick look then at the Spanish version of these. And of course, by quick look, I mean this is your life bread. This should be what is on your notes. You want to cling to this. This is going to be something you need to memorize, all right? So, once again, we have singular first person, yo. Singular first person, yo. Plural first person, so me plus somebody else, or we. Nosotros is we, all right? So remember, if you're going to make this specific, you say the dog and I, it's going to be el perro y yo. So you're doing specifics. This is specifically for we, nosotros. Second person, singular, tú. Second person, plural, vosotros. Remember, this is for Spain only. Only in Spain. In Spain, they wouldn't use really usted or ustedes at all. They just use tú and vosotros. In Latin American countries, tú is only used with friends, people you're really close with, peers, people like that. Third person, él, ella, he, she, it. I put it in here because when we refer to something in Spanish, we refer to it as él or ella, even if it's an item. It's going to be essentially he, she, because all nouns have gender. That's its own topic, but we use these for it as well when we're discussing a subject in this case. And then we have the formal you, usted. So remember, tú in Latin American countries, tú is used for a friend or someone you're close with. Is usted is used for people who are kind of above you, the people you want to give respect to. So not necessarily above you, but people you want to give respect to. And it's kind of like saying sir or ma'am, all right? So that's why it falls under that third person. It's formal, it's respectful. So friends, respectful. All right. And then instead of vosotros, they just use ustedes. And if you want to think of it in one way, it's like you want to be respectful to the group because in your group there might be friends or peers, but there also might be professors or bosses or parents or somebody you want to give that respect to. So we just refer to everybody as ustedes. All right. Usted, formal you, ustedes is the version of the y'all version in Latin America. And then ellos, ellas is they. So the plural form of el is ellos, the plural form of ella is ellas. All right, so male plurals, female plural. Also note that if there's a mixed group, male and female, this is ellos. You're going to use this form. You can also see a lot nowadays there's an X in place of the O for many plurals of different words because historically speaking or traditionally in Spanish you would revert to the masculine word for the plural. If it's a group of male and female, you will revert to the masculine form. Now it's a little more open and we have an X instead in many cases. All right, that's something for you to know. Make sure you have this in your notes. I believe it's already written in there for you. If it's not, then go ahead and add anything you're missing. But one more time, first person, second person, third person. First person is me or anything that includes me. So yo, nosotros, I, we. Tú, vosotros, you, y'all. Third person, él, ella, usted, he, she, it, formal you, sir, ma'am. Ellos, ellas, ustedes, they, and y'all or sirs, ma'ams. Is ma'ams a word? I don't know, but it is now. We created a new word in this video. Vale, vamos a mover aquí. All right, identification. So remember, I want you to maintain this box forever and always. This is going to help you. This little I'm making up all kinds of words. I'm good at that. I make up weird words. This little bit here, I'm going to show you how to identify different pieces. This is going to help you with the activity at the bottom of your worksheet or at the bottom of your notes. All right, so we have yo. I want you to think to yourself, who is yo? Who am I referring to? If you thought to yourself, I, you're correct. I, or yo is first person. How many are there? One, singular. All right. Yo would be first person, singular. So all right, first person, singular. El perro y yo. El perro y yo. The first thing I want to notice here is that yo, I am there. Yo is there, which means it has to be first person. If it has yo in it, it's got to be in first person, but we have two items here. If there are two or more of something, then is it singular? No, it is plural. So we have first person plural for this. El perro y tú. El perro y tú. All right, so for this one, I'm going to go ahead and stick with just like the Spanish table for now, just so that you guys get really comfortable with that first, second, third singular plural. So for this one, we have two, which means it is second person, second person. And then there's two items, just like there was up here, which means it's going to be plural, so second person plural. All right. Like I said, because we talked about the ustedes, if we were in a Latin American country, it would be third person plural. But to maintain this concept of first, second, third singular plural, I want you to get used to using the box to identify things, all right? So two is second person. There's two items, second person plural. Billy. All right, this could be tough. This could be a tough one, but I believe in you. All right, let's go through it. Is it me? Am I saying I? Well, it says Billy, so it's not I. Is it you? Is the person I'm talking directly to? No. Billy. Again, I'm referring to Billy, so it can't be you. If it's not I and it's not you, then what must it be? Third person. So there's only one Billy, which puts it under singular, and it is the third person, so third person singular. All right, I hope that helps you out a little bit here. What I have done is on your worksheet, once again, I did the first one for you. So you can go ahead and see what I'm doing, but this is also exactly what I want you to do. I want you to write out first person singular. The only thing I'm going to have you do is add the words. So yo, nosotros, tú, vosotros, él, ella, ellos, ellas into those boxes next to it. So first you're going to tell me what person, and if it's singular or plural, and then followed by the word that the pronoun it would go with. So if I'm referring to Billy and I decide to refer to him as he instead of Billy, I would put he. All right, so third person singular, I'm going to replace it with L, he. All right, I hope that all made sense. But again, like I've said before, the beauty of videos, if it didn't make sense, go ahead and rewind. Find something in there that you need to listen to again, break it down a little bit more. So hopefully that has helped you out understand that very important question that we asked at the beginning. What is a person? Hasta la próxima.